Hey guys, welcome back. It is 2022.
Woo!
So, we wanted to start off the year with a tag. And as we mentioned in the previous year, we wanted to do a little bit more videos like this. So, we're excited to do this one. We didn't really read over the questions. So, we're
Yeah.
going to be coming up with the answers right there and then. So, it's like a surprise for you and us.
It's genuine answers.
So,
But yeah, that being said, this is the New Year's tag. And feel free to answer the questions in the comments too.
yeah. Okay. Shall we jump right into it?
Sure.
Okay.
Number 1, if you can look back on one memory from last year that you wish you could relive, what would it be?
I feel like 2021 was a whole blur.
It was like went by fast, but like also slow.
Yeah. So, let me see. Let me think about this.
I'm gonna say, what did I do? Oh, I know that I wish I could relive, but this isn't like changing. I guess I would say when I was working on a short film that we shot at Universal Studios for, because I would relive that, not the whole thing,
Specific
that
time
day.
frame.
Yeah, that day I would. I think that's like the thing I'm most proud of to say I did in 2021.
Okay.
That was last year. Yeah.
Nice. Oh, I know. I wish I can relive the time when we started our podcast.
I was waiting for you to say.
Yeah, that was really fun. Just that whole getting ready to launch the podcast was really
Yeah.
fun, and just coming up with ideas and like the logos. I think that was exciting when we got our logo.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, because I think we were at IKEA
Yeah.
and the girl sent over the logo, and I was like, oh my god, it's so exciting.
Like it made it more real. More
Yeah.
like it's happening. It's a thing.
Yeah, so I think that would be the moment that I really enjoyed, and I can't wait to we hit 1 year. Oh my god, it's crazy. That's what 6 months from now.
Yeah. Yeah. We started in like
June.
June.
I think it released June 24th, if I'm not mistaken, or 17th, something like that. But
Around the middle of June.
yeah, but yeah, I would really relieve that.
Nice. I like that. I would too.
No, you already chose your date.
That's my runner-up.
Okay, second one. What was one New Year's resolution that you accomplished?
I mean, I didn't set too many, especially because 2020 had just happened and I felt like I didn't do anything. But I guess it was to like work on more line producing stuff. And I did do that. And I worked on stuff outside of my comfort zone.
And you left me.
I did. But it was for
A good
the greater
cause.
good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I accomplished that where I went out of my comfort zone more when it came to my career. And I had a lot of weird jobs this year.
Yeah. For me, I didn't set resolutions for last year. I usually do, but I don't know. I don't know why.
It was a weird
Yeah,
year.
I feel like with 2020, I was like, well, I don't know what the hell 2021 is going to bring. But I think the ones that I would say that I accomplished was one, I got promoted, which was really good. But then I ended up leaving that job.
I know, yeah.
Like quickly after. So that was good. Just the fact that I got promoted. But then secondly, I'm trying to get into the mentality of I'm not happy, just move on to the next thing. Because I was always taught, you go to a job, you make
You
it a
stick
career.
it out.
Yeah. And somebody that really inspired me to just do that is actually my brother-in-law, Derek's middle brother. Because he will like leave a job like that if he's not happy, and he'll go move on to the next. Because every time like we find out, it's like, oh, he's doing something else, and we're like, what the hell?
How do you get all
Like,
these
how do you
jobs?
do that? Like, how do you do that? But then again, we were in a whole the Great Resignation.
Oh, okay.
So like everybody was hiring, so it was easy to kind of move from work
Place
to
to
work.
place.
But I've always had that fear, like, you know what, like what if you don't get a job, or what if this happens? It's like, why stick it out in a toxic place or somewhere where you're not happy? You're just wasting your time.
Yeah.
So Yeah.
I get emotionally attached to the people.
When I left, they did a whole thing, because usually they just do a cake and you're like, send you off,
Yeah.
But that day, the my assistant that I had, she's like, "Hey, we're having lunch with the team," and I assumed like our HR team
Yeah.
or like the office people, but no, they had all our production employees. Like, and then there was this specific guy. He reminds me a lot of my dad, and he made a whole speech of like how I made a difference, and blah blah, like all that good stuff. And I'm like, don't make me cry right now. My eyes got really watery. I'm like, no, I can't cry. And yeah, it was just very nice, and that was the sad part, leaving them, because I don't know, the HR team was short staffed as it was. Like, I was doing everything, so I don't know who ended up doing that. Probably my assistant. But it was just hard to leave the people. And,
yeah. But you're better off now. You
Oh,
work from
you know
home
what?
now.
Oh, I do work from home now. I'm gonna change my memory. If I can relive, I'm sorry. I just remember that. If I can, I would relive that day, because it was such a nice day and beautiful and emotional. Yeah.
The next one is 3 words to describe last year.
Busy, stressful, and crazy, I guess I would put it. At least I'm talking from like a work perspective, because that's what that was just a lot going on.
Yeah. I would say mine is also busy, productive, and I'd say fun. It was a fun year, but it was very stressful too.
Yeah.
That's 4 words, but yeah, I would say those 3.
Best music related creation, inspiration last year by an artist, in your opinion.
I think this came out last year. Let me just fact check myself, because it might have been in 2020. And it was by my favorite band, which you all know by now. It was in 2020, but I think it was like one of my top songs this year, where they did it's weird when you see a metal band do anything other than metal. But in this case, it worked out. They did like it's called a motion picture collection. And they have 2 versions of it, an instrumental, like orchestra type, just the music, and then another one with them singing in it.
Oh, okay.
But it's not like metal singing, obviously. But it was just really nice, and it was very different. And it's like I never thought this would like come from them, but it was nice.
Okay.
And it was one of my top songs according to Spotify.
So I have 2. One, it's Mac Miller. What's her name? Hold on. I think it was Diana. So a really close friend of his released a book. And it's the book of Mac Miller, Donna Claire Chessman. So it's like childhood friend of his that wrote a book, and I haven't finished it, but I've gotten pretty like ahead on there, and it just describes like how she met him, like what she meant to him, and then just like she interviewed a bunch of like of his friends, like artists, and they all gave like the insight of like how they met him or any memories they had of him. And it's really good because there's some of the things that you just wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Because it's like stuff that happened between them. So it's really nice to see like how he started and how he started in like recording in the studio, how he met like Wiz and like other artists. And a lot of them had the same thing to say about him, that he was just like very creative and like music, like his music was very different and very lyrical and whatnot. So I love that book, even though I haven't finished it. It's really good. And the second thing would be not necessarily like a creation, but I created a Spotify playlist that I call it Good Morning. It's like my good morning playlist. And it always gets me in the mood of like just getting the day started. It's very like upbeat music. I think it's called dance pop or something like that. And I've always been like rap, hip hop, rock, pop punk rock and all that stuff. So this was very new to me. I think I just ended up, it was when I was going through my whole self-care like thing. And I ended up finding Surface, I think is their name. Hold on. Yeah, Surfaces is the band's name. And I just ended up just creating a playlist like of recommendations. It's like my go-to. It always sets me up for a good mood. So
nice.
yeah.
Very nice.
Next one would be something you're looking forward to this coming year or this year.
Traveling, hopefully.
Yeah,
We
depending on how
have,
everything goes.
yeah, we have, don't know the name of it, but we have another, as you all know, I'm sure, another COVID variant.
Yep.
And of course, it came as soon as I started planning a trip out of the country. So either way, like if it's through going out of the country or just driving somewhere in the States, I want to travel more than I did this year because I don't think I went anywhere this year. And I don't know, I feel like that's something I really like to do, and I didn't do it this year, so it's like it feels weird.
Didn't you go up north?
Was that? I think that was last year.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
With Pablo and Fabi?
That was last year.
Damn. I thought that was this year.
Uh-huh.
Damn, that's
So I'm
crazy.
like, I think the farthest I went this year
was
was to Las
Vegas.
Vegas.
I was like, you went to Vegas. You went out of state. Technically.
But like going and because I'm more of a sightseer, I don't really like going and partying and whatnot. Like it's cool, I'll do it, but when I like going out, I like to go do hiking and trails and like taking pictures of stuff that I don't really see here in the city.
Right.
So I want to do more of that next year.
Okay. For me, we're planning, fingers crossed, like if everything lines up, is going to Pittsburgh because during September, they used to do it on Mac Miller's like anniversary death, like that's weird to say, but they get together at Blue Slide Park and they just like all the what they call the Mac heads go and like sing his music and like they have like a whole event. So we want to go this year to see and it'll just be fun, you know. So
Yeah.
hopefully we get to go. We're planning either August, September. Like September, we want to go for that event.
Yeah.
If not, just to go and like sightsee. Like we're seeing like places. There's a specific video on YouTube that Mac Miller like says like are like must sees in Pittsburgh. So like certain like restaurants and like places. So we're hoping to go, but we'll see what COVID has to say about
fingers
that.
crossed.
Yeah.
So next up we have, what did 2021 teach you?
I would say a couple things for me. One, I'm one that likes to like just jump into things. So like slow down and think about stuff. Like whether it be like small stuff. Like a lot of things that I chose to slow down is like decorating my house because then I'm not happy with stuff I get and I'm like trying to figure out either sell it or throw it away or whatever.
Yeah.
So slow down in that aspect, but then like work, if you're not happy where you're at, just, you know, find somewhere else to go. Like, because these companies will just replace you.
Yeah.
You can drop dead and they will replace you in a week. So I'm
If
just
that.
like, so I'm just like, if you're not happy. So hoping this company I'm at, they're so far, they seem
So
really
good.
good. So we'll see.
Yeah. I think it's more like this year I kind of learned how to get out of my comfort zone and like actually start putting my own self first, not in a weird way. It's just I'm a people pleaser.
Yeah.
I like making other people happy. I like pushing them forward. But this year kind of made me realize like, oh, I need to take a step back because I can't do that for other people if I'm not doing it for myself.
Right.
So I think that's definitely like just setting boundaries with different people and realizing it's okay to have like different people you talk to in certain ways, like different friend groups, I guess you could say.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, that's okay. Like just because I can't talk to you about a certain thing, I could talk to you about a certain thing. And it's like, it's okay to be okay with that. That's what that taught me.
Okay.
A lot of self-growth.
Next one would be, what was your most worn clothing item of last year? Insert picture here. I think for me, it'll probably be this sweater during like the fall, winter, whenever it got cold. And then my Mac Miller shirt that I'm sure all of you have seen, but I'll post a picture here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure mine was probably my Jack Skellington sweater because I wore that thing like no one's business to see.
Yeah, my thing is faded. I'm like, I need to get a new one because it's kind of faded.
Like yesterday I was wearing it and then, you know, on Facebook it shows you your memories and stuff. I was wearing it a year ago, like on the same day. But other than that, I mean, you guys see it. I rotate between the same like 5 shirts.
Exactly, yeah.
Like if I want to get dressed up, I'll get dressed up. But I'm okay with it. I'm saving money.
What are you hoping for more of this coming year?
Money. Yeah, I would say money, but like
Not in a
Not
greedy
yeah, no, not in a
way.
greedy way. Just me, because I've already this last year started getting more into finance and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
like savings and credit and adult stuff. And I'm like, and it's like money is such a scary thing where you don't really want to go into it, but at the
Yeah.
same time you have to.
You have to, yeah.
So I just want to get more knowledge. I would say more knowledge.
Like financially
Prepared.
literate or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
More financial literacy.
I would say that.
For me, I would say to spend more time with my family, like my husband and my baby, because at the job I was at, I was in the office, like it was like got there at 8, wouldn't really clock out, because even when I left the office I was still kind of working. So just have a more of a work-life balance,
Yeah.
which I'm hoping that this job will give me that, since I'll be working from home and I'll be able to like spend time with my son and stuff like that. So I'm already planning like to during my lunch break, like go to the park with him or just hang out with him more, as opposed to like, like during the other job, yes, I would only be like 5 minutes away from my house. I would come home for lunch and then, but I felt like it was very short because, I still had to drive. Like 5 minutes is 5 minutes, so that cuts down your lunch to like 50 minutes. So just be more conscious of having like a work-life balance and not just being very like work, because that's the way I'm quote unquote programmed, because I've always been taught, you have to be you have to give it all at your work, you have to be loyal to them. Like it's just like that millennial thinking, I guess, that our parents instilled in us, like you have to work, you have to do this, you have to do that, and it's like
you can't take a break.
Yeah, and it's like and another thing is learn how to say no, because at this other job it's like, just can you do this? Can you do this? Yes, 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 and it was, even though I already had like a bunch on my plate, I would like pile on just because I can't say no, because I feel like I would be letting the team down. So
yeah.
yeah.
Next up, we have, what are you hoping for less of this coming year? I would say less bad stress, like unnecessary stress.
Just things that you can't control, right?
Yeah, like if it's something that I know I can't really do anything, like I don't have control over it. I'm like, why am I stressing about it? Like it'll play out how it's supposed to play out, and that's it. Like if I can't, then don't put energy into that.
Right.
So I'm hoping less of that.
For me, it's gonna be less of me making excuses or being like procrastinating, because I've been wanting to like not necessarily, like, yes, I do want to lose weight, but it's not my main focus. It's more just being more health conscious. So I always have an excuse like, oh, I have to do this, or oh, I want to sleep in, or stuff like that. I want less of that, like actually just do it, because I think about it, and I started this in December. It's just, I'm gonna spend an hour on TikTok. Why not get on the treadmill?
Yeah.
That time that I was on TikTok. And what has helped me is I'll go on my YouTube videos and just like find like the long videos, like the vlogs or stuff from vloggers that I watch, and just I'll put it on the treadmill and I'm like walking or running. And I was like, that's an hour I did both. I was on my phone, but I also made it active.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. I'm just like less making excuses for something that I can do,
Yeah. That's a good one.
Okay. Best book you read last year?
I don't read. I'm just kidding.
Reading is for losers.
What are we, nerds? I didn't read a book from cover to cover last year, because I get distracted very easily, and then I'll move on to something else. So I will say, though, I read more like nonfiction and more lifestyle books more than anything. I started one fiction book, and it's a pretty thick one, so we're not done with it yet. But I bought, in 2020, I bought Broke Millennial by Aaron Lowe or Bow or something like that. And I haven't read it cover to cover, but I've read like from chapters, and I feel like that's helped me with my whole mentality of financial stuff, because I was getting a lot of stress because student loans were coming up, and thankfully they're pushed back again.
I know. I was like, I only need a few $100s more. So I'm like, please stretch out, stretch out. So I'm like, May, fuck yeah. And hopefully it stretches out a little more.
I know. Just do 2023.
I'll be done by then.
So I think just pulling bits of info from that is what's helped me the most. So I would say probably that book, Broke Millennial. It's a very fitting title. Even though I'm not a millennial, but
technically you are. Oh, one, yeah, I guess. I have 2 books. One, obviously, the Mac Miller book. I love it. That's just more of on a personal, like what I enjoy. But another one was Atomic Habits, which helped a lot. I mean, it took me a while to implement what I had read, but it got me there. And it's just pretty much saying, like, every little change that you make gets the ball rolling, and it creates bigger changes as you go. So even, like, just doing your bed every day. It seems like such a small change, but then that'll trigger, like, okay, well, let me do this now. And that's what I've noticed, at least from the time I was off in December till now, just making those little changes. So that really helped kind of... Because whenever you think, is like, you feel like you need to do big changes to make a difference. And some people can do it. Other people need smaller steps. And that's what I need. Because if I thought about, like, eating healthier, I felt like, okay, I have to go get healthy food. And most of it goes to waste anyways. So just doing little things. So, like, walking every day got me to getting to running. So... That makes a big difference, those small changes. Even though you feel like it doesn't, throughout the long run, it makes a huge difference. Yeah.
Well, that's the end of our New Year's tag. Hopefully, you guys learned some stuff.
More
stuff about us.
Because we want to hear, like, what you, like, your guys' answers. What did you guys learn? What was 2021 for you?
Yeah.
Was it a good year, a bad year, a year? Or did you think it was 2020?
Yeah. Are you like us, or second time? Yeah. If you have, also, if you have any book recommendations, I do want to read more this year. Yeah. So let us know. But alrighty then, we will see you in the next YouTube video.
Yep.
And you'll see us.
All right. See ya. Bye.